Is there a certain food that just makes you feel happy? Is there a meal or a snack that just cheers you up when things are a little gloomy? Welcome back to Tag Along in English. My name is Susan, and today I want to talk about comfort food. So I'm in my kitchen today, as you can see, and before we get started, I'm going to throw my hair up into a ponytail and make myself a cup of tea. Okay, just put the kettle on here and wait for it to boil. This is my favorite little teapot as well. I love this little teapot. So this is chai masala. I really love this kind of tea. Okay, let's just turn that up a little. Okay, let's get started. So in the fall, the weather here in Vancouver is pretty dark and rainy. It's actually quite a sunny day today, but it's definitely cooling off, so it's feeling like we're moving from fall towards winter. This change in the weather really makes me think about things that make me feel calm and cozy and comfy. So today I want to dive into the world of comfort food. You know, those meals or snacks that just make you feel warm inside, or maybe they bring back a happy memory for you. For many of my friends and family, comfort food might be hot chocolate or mac and cheese, or what else might they like? Avocado toast, or I don't know, a hearty soup or a warm stew. Lots of people probably trace their comfort food back to their childhood. It was probably food that was made by a loved one, like a mother or a father, maybe a sibling, an aunt or an uncle, a grandparent, maybe a babysitter. In my opinion, comfort foods are usually simple things. They're snacks or a simple meal as opposed to an elaborate dinner or a fancy dessert. So today I want to tell you about one of my comfort foods, and it goes back to my childhood. When I was a kid, we lived in Japan for a few years, and my mom would make us a bag lunch every day. One for me and one for my siblings. It was usually a sandwich or some veggie sticks. You know, a sandwich might have been a cheese sandwich or a tuna sandwich. Veggie sticks, maybe cut carrots or cucumber or celery, something like that. And there'd be a piece of fruit and usually a thermos of milk. So after we'd been in Japan for a while, I guess my mother figured out how to make rice balls. In Japanese, rice balls are called onigiri. So she would occasionally make rice balls to put into our lunches. And this was really a special treat for us because it was something different than we were used to. And you know, when you're a kid, you like to try new things, not too exciting, but you know, try something new. Definitely something we'd never tried in Canada before. And this is long before the time of the internet. And so we wouldn't have even seen an example of something like that. So it was new and exciting, and it was an instant success. Rice balls are so simple. It's just a ball of rice with a little something inside and seaweed tucked around the outside. It's really delicious, and we really love them. Of course, now every convenience store in Japan sells the classic triangular shaped rice ball, specially wrapped in plastic to keep the seaweed nice and fresh and crunchy until just before you want to eat it. I have to say, I really love these store-bought ones as well. They're so delicious. But to this day, I feel such a sense of nostalgia when I eat a homemade rice ball or homemade onigiri. It really takes me back to my childhood. So today I thought it'd be fun to make a rice ball or an onigiri together. So come on over to my kitchen counter and let's get started. The first thing I should do is quickly throw on an apron. I keep my aprons over here in my front cupboard. Here we go. So different colors and patterns going here. So not long ago, a friend of mine from Sapporo made a YouTube video about how to make homemade onigiri. I'd never really made homemade rice balls at my own home before because, frankly, I was just too lazy to make a fresh pot of rice and wait for it to cool just so that I could make 2 rice balls for my lunch. I'd usually just wait until I visited Japan and then make a beeline for a Family Mart or 7-Eleven and get one of those fantastic triangular shaped rice balls. But while watching my friend's YouTube video, I discovered this amazing shortcut. And so now I often make my own homemade rice balls using her trick. So here's her secret. Whenever she makes rice for her family for dinner, she always has a little bit, or she makes a little bit of extra rice, and then she freezes it in rice ball size portions. Genius. So you can see here, I have a bag of individually wrapped rice portions. So what I do is I just wrap them. I wrap them in parchment paper, and so each one is just ready to go. Yeah. So I think today I'm going to make 2 rice balls for my snack or for my lunch because I'm feeling kind of hungry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these rice balls and I'm just going to stick them in the microwave on defrost for a few minutes. Okay, let's see how they look. Yeah, I think they're pretty good. Still a little cool, but yeah, I might just stick them in for a little bit longer. Yep, I think they look perfect. Okay. So I can just let those sit for a minute while I prepare the other ingredients. Today I'm going to put tuna inside my onigiri, so I just need to hop up on a chair here and see if I can find the tuna. Okay, here we go. Just going to use this tuna. I realized I showed you the French side of the can. In Canada, all of our products are labeled in French and English. So there's the English side and there's the French side. Yeah, so it just says. Okay, so I'm going to use this tuna and a little bit of mayo in this bowl. Okay, so open the tuna first. It has quite a lot of oil on it, so I think I'm gonna pour the oil off. Okay, that looks better. Okay, I put the tuna inside, or yeah, this is the tuna inside here. It smells so good. Add some mayo. Just a little bit more. Stir it up. Oh, it looks delish. So that looks a bit right. Oh, sun's come out. Sun's shining in my tuna bowl. So the last thing that I need is some Japanese seaweed or nori. So I have some of that. And also there's some black sesame seeds in here as well. I'll show you that as I sprinkle them on. The other thing that I bought that makes making onigiri that much easier is this little rice ball form, or this rice ball mold that you can use. I'll show you how to use it in a minute. I don't actually know what this is called in Japanese. If you happen to know what the name of this thing is in Japanese, then leave me a comment. Okay, here we go. I'm a little nervous cooking for an audience. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is use my mold, and I'm going to take the rice and I'm going to put it inside the rice mold like this, or the rice ball maker mold like this, and I make a little hole inside, and then inside here I put a tiny little bit of tuna. That's quite a lot actually. It's probably going to leak out the sides, but it'll taste really good. And then what I do is I put the rest of the rice on top like that. I'm only going to make one at a time because I think that will be easier. So as you can see, it's all packed in there exactly perfectly. My fingers are covered with rice. That's the thing about making things by hand, is that you have to use your hands. Okay, so then I take this thing, and I push it down like that, and I squish it quite hard inside the rice ball maker like that. And then, oh, I forgot, I need to get a little bit of salt. Just wait a minute. Here it is. I have my little salt bowl here. So I put that there. Okay, and then I'm gonna try, and there's a little way to pop it out here. I usually use a knife. So here's a knife to help me just ease it out of the rice ball maker. There we go. So it's a nice shape like that. Okay, I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of salt on the outside because that'll make it taste good. And I'm also going to use some of these black sesame seeds, and I'm gonna sprinkle a few black sesame seeds on the top like that. And then I use my piece of seaweed and I put it around like that. So it's kind of a small piece of seaweed. Maybe I'll use another piece. This is maybe a little untraditional, but I'll put another piece over the top there so it looks kind of cute. Okay, so now I'm going to pop my nice rice ball onto my plate so it looks really cute, looks really nice. Okay, there it is, my beautiful onigiri. Okay, so I'm going to top up my tea and I'm going to try a bite. See how good it is. That tastes so good. So there you have it, a comfort food trip back to Japan. Not that I'm complaining, but I had to move down to this end of the kitchen because it was getting too sunny, too bright and sunny at the other end. I mean, it's not something we complain about in Vancouver when the sun shines. So what is your comfort food? Let me know in the comments below. Oh, and try using one of the featured expressions or idioms in today's video. And if you want to write a sentence, you can leave that in the comments as well. That way I can look at it and others can look at it too. Oh, and just a reminder that I made a list of today's expressions and idioms in the description section also below. Yeah, so thanks for watching today, and I hope you found it interesting, and I'm just going to go back and finish eating my Japanese rice ball. See you next time.